Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Lauren, and today I'm gonna share what I eat in a day. I have celiac and PCOS, so I try to eat really healthy. I also have some food allergies, so you won't see any gluten, dairy, corn, soy, and a few other things. I love eating healthy because it makes me feel really good. It gives me a lot of energy. It helps me get through the day, and it also helps my symptoms from PCOS, like my skin and my hair. Obviously, every day is different for me. I don't like to eat the same thing every day. I like to have about 4 or 5 meals a day, so I'll do breakfast, a mid-morning breakfast, lunch, an afternoon snack, dinner, and I love dessert. For me, with PCOS and my blood sugar, it just works better to do the 5 small meals a day. I get this question a lot, so I wanted to mention it up front. I don't count calories. Everyone is different, but I personally feel for me, counting calories is just an extra form of stress that I don't need in my life. The most important thing is the amount of nutrients I'm getting. If you feel like you're getting stressed by counting calories too much, what works for me is just to focus on eating healthy food and focus on how many nutrients am I getting in a day? Did I eat enough different vegetables throughout the day? So actually, if I'm aware of anything throughout the day, it's how many different sources of nutrients am I getting? That means I try to fit in as many different types of vegetables, whole grains, fruits. I like to fit in a wide variety of things so that I can have a really diverse microbiome, which helps your immune system. The most important thing for me is longevity. Like, that is what I think about. I think about that I don't wanna have disease when I'm older. I wanna be able to have really nice hair and skin and look great as I age. And if you start restricting yourself and just focusing on that rather than focusing on the great things that you're adding to your day, I think it can sometimes backfire. This doesn't mean that I think that you should overeat. I think that you should eat until you're 80% full and have that really present relationship with food as you're eating. Food can be such an amazing tool. It's not something to cause you stress. So if you've been really focused just on calories, I hope you'll have an open mind as I share what I eat in a day and maybe start to think about how can I get more nutrients in. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get started. When I wake up in the morning, I start with a few supplements. I take a gut health tincture followed by my probiotic. I really like Renew Life. I take their extra care probiotic because I have celiac disease and I've had gut health issues in the past. Then I also take SAM-E. This is to help with undermethylation. I'll pop in a photo here if you're curious what that is. About 20% of people are born with it. I like to start my morning with a cup of lemon balm tea. I've been doing this for years now, and the reason I love it is it helps decrease anxiety levels. It's great for mood boosting, and it's also really great for your digestion. Hey, Kip. Hey. After I work out or go for a walk, I love to drink a smoothie. This is my blueberry vanilla recipe. I'll have it linked below. Now it's time for second breakfast. I'm eating this around 10 a.m. So first I have some chicken sausages, and then I have egg whites I'm prepping along with my favorite gluten-free vegan oat bread. This is from outside the bread box and it is so good. So I'm prepping the egg whites just with a little salt and pepper. I like to toast the bread. I like my bread very lightly toasted. And then I'm adding half an avocado to the bread too. This is what it looks like. It is so good, and it's about 20 grams of protein, which is great to start in the morning, and a really healthy source of fat with the avocado. It's noon and time for lunch. I'll have the recipes in the description box below, but I'm having black bean quesadillas with vegan cheese and siete almond flour tortillas, and then a really tasty salad with butter lettuce, Kalamata olives, quinoa, grilled chicken, and using my favorite siete sauce. It's 3:30 and I'm really craving a snack. I love to have a snack around this time. I'm gonna make some chia seed pudding. So what I usually like to do is I make it in one of these and I put it in the fridge and I keep it there overnight, but I don't have any ready in the fridge, so I'm gonna show you what I do to make it when I don't have any on hand. The way that I like to make this is chia seeds, almond milk, organic maple syrup that I put on at the end to sweeten it. We're gonna do some wild blueberries. Wild blueberries are the best tasting one for sure. Like, definitely get those frozen if you can. And then I like to top it with some sun butter. This is just made from sunflower seeds. You can use almond butter or any nut or seed butter. Some walnuts, and then we're gonna do some hemp seeds too. Let's get to it. We're gonna just cook this in a little pot. These are each a tablespoon, so I'm gonna take about 2 to 3 scoops. I think 2 is good for today. I'm not super hungry, but I definitely want something that's gonna fill me up. I don't really measure things, so let's see. I can tell how much I normally do once I see it in there. I'm gonna guess that's around like a 1/4 or a 1/3 of a cup of almond milk. You don't wanna put too much because then it's gonna take quite a long time to start to get the right consistency. And you can always add a little more, so it's better to start with less. We're gonna turn that on. As it starts to warm up, you'll see it's gonna start to thicken. Okay, so you can see it's already starting to thicken. That was super quick. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more milk because I want it a little less thick. Right. I'm gonna just let that mix in. So normally I have almond milk that has vanilla in it too, but today I just have the unsweetened one. So we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of vanilla extract. You don't need to add this. It's just, I think, a nice little thing because I love vanilla. So I'm gonna add a few drops in there. I'm gonna cut the heat. The heat is off, but the pot is still warm. So I'm gonna pour in some blueberries now. Wild blueberries are so good for you. Blueberries in general are great, but wild blueberries too. They have great antioxidants and I think they taste even better than a normal blueberry. The color too, you can just see, so nice. I'm gonna just stir that all in and then we're gonna be good to transfer it over to the bowl and add the toppings. Chia seeds have both soluble and insoluble fiber. They're great for you. They're something that keeps you nice and full without getting that like crazy bloat for most people. Let's go ahead and add some toppings. I'm doing this one-handed, so bear with me. But first we're gonna add about a tablespoon of sun butter. I love sun butter. I think seeds in general are just so good for you. So you can kind of mix that in. I'll mix it a little bit more when I have my other hand. That is just a nice way to add a healthy fat, some more protein. Hemp seeds are one of my favorites, so I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle just a little bit on top there. I love to sprinkle these on pretty much anything. I put them on French toast, like all of the stuff. They taste like nothing and they're very healthy. And then we're gonna put some walnuts. Great source of omegas. Looks so good, and it's gonna give it that little crunch too. If you wanna do a different fruit other than blueberries, you can easily do that. You can add different nuts or seeds or toppings. This is a very versatile fun dish that you can do, a couple times a week and keep switching it up. We're gonna go ahead and add some maple syrup just to sweeten it up a little bit. I know it probably looks like a lot here, but it's about 1 tablespoon, I would say. Mix it in. I'm gonna mix all of this really good and then show you what it looks like. She has been mixed and it is so tasty. If you're super busy, make this on a Sunday night and have it for the week ahead. So you'll just take a couple of tablespoons of chia seeds, put them in here and fill it up all the way with almond milk. Put a couple drops of vanilla extract in here if you want. Shake it up, put it in the fridge. You can leave it in there for several days or you can eat it as soon as a few hours later. I'll take it out, put it in a bowl, and then microwave it for maybe 30 seconds just to really warm it up. And then I'll pour in the frozen blueberries and I'll put all the toppings, and it's so good. Like that combination of warm with a little bit of like the cold with the blueberries. It's just so tasty. I would highly recommend this. This is one of my favorite snacks to make. It is so easy and it's very healthy. It's 6:30 and we are making an Asian stir fry for dinner. We have tons of veggies chopped up, brown rice noodles, and chickpeas. I'll have the recipe down below in the description box, but we like to cook a little minced ginger and garlic first in avocado oil, add the veggies, then add some veggie broth or chicken broth to cook the vegetables in. Then we rinse the chickpeas and add those in next. Next, we're going to make the sauce, and I am playing with fire making this in a white sweatshirt. First, we're adding coconut aminos. This is a soy sauce substitute. Then we're adding rice vinegar. This is used often in Asian cooking, followed by chickpea miso. This is another soy substitute, very similar to miso you would normally use in Asian cooking. And we're going to mix that all in really well. I like to use a fork so that we can get it very well mixed so there are no clumps left. Then we are adding in white pepper. We use white peppercorns and we grind them up. And lastly, we're going to add in some tamarind paste too. Finish mixing it up and then give it a little taste test and it's good to go. Once the water is boiled, then you can add in the brown rice noodles and stir them until they're cooked. You can drain out the water and pour them into a strainer. And from there, I like to do a cool water rinse to stop them from continuing cooking. And we will add them back into the main pot with the rest of the veggies and chickpeas. Now we're adding in the sauce, and you want to make sure you stir it really well. We're kind of going for pad thai-esque vibes here, so we're gonna add on some cilantro and finish it with a squeeze of lime. This is such a delicious dinner. You can add so many different veggies in here, and it is really, really tasty, and the leftovers are great. Now it's time for dessert. I convinced Jimmy to make some sun butter chocolate banana and ice cream. And then I remembered we had frozen brownies in the fridge, so I added one of those and some huge gems, and it was amazing. And lastly, I had a cup of hot cacao. This is using calm powder, which I love. It has ashwagandha and reishi in it. I'll have it linked down below, and I top it with cinnamon. So that's what I eat in an average workday. I hope it was helpful to see and maybe get some inspiration for a recipe or a new dish to try. We really do a wide variety throughout the week. We have so many different recipes for dinners that we love. If you like this type of video, let me know below. I can also film what I eat on the weekend because we go out to eat on the weekend, so it's a little bit different, or I can film what I eat when we travel. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, give it a like and subscribe to see upcoming videos on my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I can't wait to see you on my next one. Bye guys!